The Jeep Gladiator is easily one of the most popular midsize truck in the US market, with an average sales number of 70,000 units per year. It might not be on the same level as the Tacoma and the Colorado, but the Gladiator is definitely a worthy adversary. And for 2024, there will be a lot of changes that will come to this model. Some of them will be good, while some of them not so good. So stay with us while we cover the 2024 Jeep Gladiator, an honest assessment of its pros and cons. Let's start with the pros of the Jeep Gladiator. It is worth noting that this model has a ton of positives, and that's why you need to be aware of them. Number 5. Best-in-class towing. One of the main factors why people go for a pickup truck is its towing capability. A truck has to perform in this area in order to be a good fit for anyone who's looking to tow a heavy trailer. And luckily, the Jeep Gladiator is one of the best models in this area and delivers excellent performance. This truck can tow a massive 7,000 pounds, which is the best in this midsize class. There is no better option out there when it comes to towing. The closest competitors are the Chevy Colorado and the GMC Canyon, which can tow the same amount as the Gladiator, while the other nearest competitor is the Ford Ranger, which can tow up to 7,500 pounds. Other trucks perform slightly worse. For example, the Nissan Frontier can tow up to 6,700 pounds. The Toyota Tacoma can tow up to 6,500 pounds, and the Honda Ridgeline can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Overall, the Jeep Gladiator is one of the most popular choices when it comes to buying a truck that can tow. That's why we recommend it. Number 4. Great for off-roading. Another area that is hugely important when you buy a pickup truck, especially a Jeep, is when it comes to off-roading. A truck needs to have good off-roading capability and four-wheel drive in order to be considered a good truck. And luckily for you, the Jeep Gladiator is still a Jeep. It is a 4WD as standard. This means that you'll never have to pay more to get a 4x4 system. This is really good because you get the same 4x4 system as in the Jeep Wrangler. And we all know how good the Wrangler is in terms of off-road. If you're an owner who wants to go on the trails quite often and you don't want to have two separate vehicles, the Gladiator is the perfect option for you. The Rubicon trim also has special front and rear axle lockers, both on the front and rear axle, and a front sway bar disconnect. In addition to this, you also have a front camera that will allow you to see obstacles on the front as well as on the sides of the vehicle. Overall, the off-road capacity is one of the strong sides of the Jeep Gladiator. This truck is simply designed for the trails and delivers maximum thrill while you're driving on dirt roads. Number 3. Removable roof and doors. Another big pro of the Jeep Gladiator is that this model has a special roof and doors that are removable. This is a fact that many Jeep guys know, but for those who don't, yes, you can remove all of the panels of your Jeep Gladiator. This is a great way to customize your truck and get that proper off-road look, perfect for driving on the trails. Removing all these panels is a really simple and easy thing to do. You'll be able to do so in half an hour. What's good about this is that there are no competitor trucks that offer this option. The only two vehicles that offer something similar are the Jeep Wrangler and the Ford Bronco, but these are SUVs and not pickup trucks. Number 2. Great resale value. Another big pro of the Jeep Wrangler is its high resale value. Resale value plays a big role when it comes to purchasing a vehicle. Some owners do not plan to keep the same truck for decades and want to get rid of it in a few years' time. And if you're looking for a pickup truck that keeps its price in the long term, the Jeep Gladiator is a perfect option for you. With this truck, you'll lose the least money compared to any other truck in the midsize category. The only truck that comes close is the Toyota Tacoma, which is known for its high resale value. But overall, the Jeep Gladiator is the perfect truck when it comes to not losing money and making a profit from owning one in the long run. Number 1. Many different trim levels. The last pro on our list when it comes to the Jeep Gladiator is the abundance of different trim levels. In the industry, there's hardly any vehicle that is as customizable as a Jeep, and the Gladiator is one of these models that offers quite a lot. In total, there are 8 different trim levels that you can choose from. The base trim levels are the Sport and Sport S. Then you have the Freedom, Willys, Rubicon, Mojave, High Altitude, and Rubicon Faru. Overall, in the lineup, there's a choice for everyone out there. But if you want to customize the truck with aftermarket parts after purchase, the Sport S might be the best option because of its affordable price. We covered the pros. Now let's move on and cover some of the cons. In other words, what are the negatives of the 2024 Jeep Gladiator? Still, there are some negative aspects of having a Gladiator, and let's cover them in detail. Number 6. Lack of configurations. One of the greatest downsides of the Jeep Gladiator is the lack of configurations. The Jeep Gladiator is one of the few trucks that has limited configurations available. This model only comes with a crew cab and a 5-foot bed. This is your only option, unfortunately. This is pretty limited in our opinion, because with the Tacoma, you get the option to get a smaller cab and a larger 6-foot bed. This is why we think that Jeep should introduce more options with the Gladiator in the near future. Number 5. Only 2 engine options. Another downside of the Jeep Gladiator is the engine options. This model comes with 2 engine configurations. This is pretty bad considering the fact that the Toyota Tacoma and Chevy Colorado offer up to 3 configurations that make different amounts of power. The standard engine that is currently offered with the Jeep Gladiator is the 3.6 V6 Pentastar. This engine, although it makes a healthy amount of power, is pretty dated by modern standards. It is very inefficient and does not deliver that low-end torque you have with some turbocharged engines like the 2.4-liter inline-4 in the Toyota Tacoma or the 2.7-liter in the Chevy Colorado. We really hope that Jeep would add the 2.0-liter inline-4 Hurricane engine that is present in the Wrangler, but they did not. The second engine option with the Gladiator is the 3.0 V6 Eco Diesel that is in the last production year. This is the more recommended option for those who want to have a more efficient engine. Hopefully, for the 2025 model year, Jeep will add a new engine to the lineup and add some performance. But until then, we will have to deal with the clunky and inefficient 3.6-liter Pentastar engine. Number 4. Poor handling. Another thing that many people hate about the Jeep Gladiator is its handling characteristics. The Jeep Gladiator is not one of the best handling vehicles on the road, especially with its large tires that are very wide. But this is one of the common drawbacks of these vehicles that are off-road focused. If you're looking for a truck that handles better, you might want to check the competition that comes with more standard tires that are less grippy and turn a little bit easier. Number 3. Road noise. Another drawback of its wide tires and the overall design is the road noise. Road noise is very high on the Jeep Gladiator. The overall design is not very aerodynamic and wind noise is very strong. And the wide tires make things even worse. This is why we cannot recommend this model if you drive a lot on the highway. The noise is so strong that it can get a bit distracting on long distance trips. Number 2. Very compact cabin. The cabin is another of the downsides of the Jeep Gladiator. The cabin is extremely boxy and narrow. It's not the most spacious cabin around. Also, the room for the rear passengers is somewhat limited, and taller passengers might struggle for knee room and headroom. So if you plan to carry people in the rear, we would advise that you check out some of the competitors, which can offer more knee room and will make the driving a lot more comfortable, especially on long distance trips. Number 1. High price. And the last con of the 2024 Jeep Gladiator is the high asking price. The Gladiator is the most expensive midsize pickup truck that you can buy right now. The base MSRP starts at $39,620, and considering the fact that these vehicles are very popular, dealers want to add a large markup over the sticker price. So considering this, we can simply say that the Jeep Gladiator is not one of the best deals out there. For comparison, the Toyota Tacoma 2024 model has an asking price of $32,000. Some of the other competitors are even cheaper. A pro of the Gladiator is that the standard model comes with a 4-wheel drive system that is very capable and perfect for off-roading. So if you need a good off-roading truck, this model is the way to go. If not, you might want to check out the competition.